Hey guys, are you still here? Watching this? Oh my god, I was joking. Let's go do something else. Let's clean this engine block. Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts when the grease and the dirt disappear and the block becomes one piece of iron that can be painted and then it becomes a beautiful engine. I decided to remove all the plugs on the engine and clean up the water jacket properly because I saw through the opening for the water pump that it was really bad. So to take them out you just push one end in and supposedly the other end comes out. It just spins in its place, but even if it goes in like mine, it's easy to take it out. So these ones on this side, the three of them came out very easy because they just did what they were supposed to do. And you can see what's going on inside. Yep. There are dinosaurs inside. It's a good thing this was all wet, so it wasn't very hardened. It's like mud, so I was able to clean it up later, but you will see. These two came out very easy as well. But this is where the trouble started with these two. It appeared that they have a little flange inside, so you can't really push them in. And that's because the channels for the tappets are very close to that, and probably that's why they made it in such a way so you can't push them in. You have to pull them out, but there's nothing to grab. So I struggled a lot with these two. Maybe it took me 2 hours to take them out. When I realized that I can't push them in, I decided to drill a hole in the middle, shove a screwdriver inside and try to pry them out. But easier said than done, you know. I managed to shove the screwdriver inside, but didn't really work. And as Musty once says, don't use a screwdriver as a chisel or pry bar. So I grabbed an actual pry bar and still it didn't want to come out. At least I managed to pull out some ends of the metal inside the hole so I can grab them with vice grips, but all I could do was rip little pieces from the plug, and the whole flange around was still one piece and sitting inside. So finally what I decided to do was with the chisel to cut the flange, even though I was risking to damage the metal, but I had no other choice. But with the flange cut it finally worked. And yes, I did damage the metal. And the other one was exactly the same thing. I had to shove a screwdriver between the block and the flange of the plug. And now I was able to cut the flange with the screwdriver. And this way the second one came out too. I managed to protect this one, and the surface is nice and flat, so no problem with this one. But here I damaged it. There is a big dent on the surface, so I'm gonna have to find a way to fill that with liquid steel, or I don't know what was it called. But anyways, we will see. We'll find a way to build this up again. And there's one more here. I hope this one doesn't have a lip behind it too, because that's gonna be a mess actually. No, I can't see through this one. So let's see. There's no lip. I can tell that it was so thin that I went through with the chisel. Okay, let's see how I'm gonna clean this. No. Oh my god. To be honest, I don't know how is this gonna happen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand it on one side. I'll start blowing, so hopefully everything is gonna come out through the bottom. Who knows? I think I got most of it. To be honest, I wasn't expecting it to work that well. It's not perfect, but I was really scared. I was thinking that I would never be able to take all this shit out. But no. To be honest, I'm happy. All the openings are positioned in such a way that you can reach almost everywhere, which is really nice. Never done that before. Next, with my wire wheel, I cleaned the residues from the oil sump gasket. To be honest, I'm surprised by the condition of this engine. There's still paint inside. I'm sure this engine is not more than 30,000 kilometers, something like that. It's been sitting for all these years. Now because I used brake cleaner, it's totally dry, so I'm gonna put some WD-40 on all the surfaces that are machined so they don't get rusty. And on the cylinders. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean it and paint it, and then when it's dry I'm gonna clean the surfaces for the gaskets here and there, and this surface, and I'm gonna hone the cylinders. First I'm gonna clean here, and then I'm gonna put it on the stand. So first with the big wire wheel and then with the smaller one on my die grinder, I managed to clean up all the surfaces everywhere. I managed to go into the little corners. This is another wire wheel that I had, so I used different types and it cleaned up very well. Then I taped the surfaces that I didn't want to paint. I also cleaned up the front and rear engine plates, the timing cover, because usually I mount the front engine plate and the timing cover on the engine and paint everything together, and this way I protect the surfaces that don't need to be painted, and it works well every time I do it. The timing cover I wanted in a different color, but I still could use it as cover and then later take it out and paint it in the color I wanted it. I removed the old oil seal from the cover. And then I degreased it with brake cleaner. And then I was ready to start priming. The head was primed already, so I could start painting it. And this is what I found at the bottom of the oil sump. I thought that was some oil additive that just settled down at the bottom of the pan, but my friend Bobby commented here that Probably this is lead from the leaded fuel that they were using at the time. Well, I don't know, but it was nasty. I managed to wipe the biggest part away, and then with a little bit of brake cleaner I cleaned it up nicely. I made some more noise with the wire wheels again. In the meantime the primer dried up, so I could apply the paint. And when the paint was dry, I could take the cover out and spray it in my favorite silver color. If you remember, when I cleaned up the engine on the 1966 Spitfire, there I didn't rebuild it, I just cleaned it up. There I painted the cover silver and the water pump and some other parts. So this is the day after here, and I wanted to fill up the dent that I made, so I cleaned up the paint from the flange. And then I used this cold weld, so that's the proper name of it. It's not liquid steel, I don't know how did I make this up. So I mixed up cold weld and filled up the dent. I tried to make it as smooth as possible, even though I was gonna sand it later. And let it cure for 16 hours. This is what it says on the package. So that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna let you watch it drying for 16 hours. And that's gonna be very interesting, I guess. Just kidding. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.